We used to talk about how the climate crisis was a threat to our grandchildren. And in Bill McGibbon's last book, he pointed out, we got to stop talking about how it's a future threat. It's with us now. It's a huge, immediate threat. It's the reason we're having food security issues around the world, is that the climate crisis is wiping out crops and bread baskets. We don't talk about that. We talk about the social disruption, the hardship and the starvation from a declining access and a rising prices for grains. We don't hear about the fact that the climate crisis is behind the food crisis. The climate crisis is ahead of the water crisis. The climate crisis affects our lives today, and all of you young people who are here today, it affects your life more. And it is actually irresponsible, deeply irresponsible, that the other parties have decided to accept the fashionable view of science. It was in last year, not so interesting this year. We have a closing window to act, to respond to the climate crisis.
The environment isn't on the agenda for this campaign. Can you explain why and how you feel about that?
Well, I think one of the reasons why is that the media consortium decided to keep us out of the debate. Having the Greens in the mix will mean that real issues come up. It's a predictable number of a narrow range of issues which the media feels comfortable with, which the other parties feel comfortable with. The science of climate change and the urgency of action is more serious now than in '08. So there's actually no excuse other than cowardice that the other parties are not addressing the issue.
I'm really excited to see so many students here, to see young people really engage in the political process. I can tell you that the Conservatives' strategy is to try to keep young people home, to try to keep people who are not likely to vote Conservative from voting at all.
In the last election, only 38% of young people eligible to vote actually voted. If that had been 70%, the results of the election would have changed. It's a very powerful role that youth can play, but they're currently disengaged in large numbers. My own view from talking to young people, like many older people, is that we're disengaged because we look at what politicians do and we feel disgusted. So we have to change the culture of politics, change it in Ottawa, show respect towards each other, civility in the House of Commons, and ultimately respect for the voters. That's what I'll do as a Member of Parliament. That's what John Lawson will do as a Member of Parliament. And then we'll change the culture so that all young people and all older people are proud to vote again.